Welcome to the first ever Let's Talk Tuesday, and today I want to talk about WWE. Now, I want to talk about things that need to happen in the upcoming draft, things that need to happen for certain superstars. Superstars need to get booked differently, things like that. And first I want to talk about people like Neville and Cesaro. First I want to talk about Cesaro because in recent months since his return of 2016, he's been looking like one of the weakest superstars on the roster in a very long time. The only match that he's really won all this year were tag team matches, and I don't think he was actually involved in the pinfall. Other than that, he's lost to The Miz countless times. Payback, he lost to The Miz, he got pinned at Extreme Rules. He's just been losing left and right, and it's just kind of like to the point where I'm thinking, like, I love Cesaro. I think he's definitely one of the top superstars who deserves world championships and other kind of championships, but the way they've been booking him, kind of like with AJ Styles, even when he was a face, he kind of seemed like he couldn't do anything without the club, and now he looks like he just needs the club with everything that he does, and I think the club is kind of holding him back from becoming that top superstar. Also with Neville, I feel like when he was here, they put him in shitty storylines, dumb things like that, like with Stephen Amell at not WrestleMania, but SummerSlam, and Stardust, and stupid random matches, and superstars like Dolph Ziggler, and boring feuds with Baron Corbin. Baron Corbin definitely one of a big future upcoming star in the making. I just kind of feel like maybe after he won the Battle Royal at WrestleMania, he would have shifted into a title picture and win a title. Even if he started off with the United States title, I feel like after a big win like that at WrestleMania, in your first match in the WWE, this isn't just a big win in your career, it's your very first match on the main roster. So after that, he just goes into shitty matches and then in a boring rivalry with Dolph. He deserved a championship, and I guess that never happened. I don't really know what's gonna happen with Ziggler because, I mean, what else? I mean, he's been booked terribly. I don't see them putting any titles on him. I think that if people start caring about Dolph Ziggler again, if they just took him off television for a couple months and then bring him back, and people will maybe start enjoying his stuff again and stuff like that. I want to talk about Ryback. Ryback, I think, is going to be leaving pretty soon, but he has probably one of a very terrible career, I'm going to say myself, because he had a terrible Intercontinental Championship run, which he won for the very first time at 14. I'm going to say 14. But no, I think he won in 2015. It was a terrible run. I think he only defended it like twice. He got injured and shit, and he was here for a very long time before that, but he never won a title. He was in multiple championship matches. I just feel like someone like that, who's in multiple title matches, never wins anything. It's kind of a little sad. Like Zack Ryder, how they booked him to win the Intercontinental title at WrestleMania, which was so surprising, and then losing it the next night to The Miz was such a terrible booking decision because everybody likes Zack Ryder. And if you, just watch his matches, people like Zack Ryder. So I feel like Zack could have, held on to the Intercontinental title, had some pretty good rivalries with like people like Sheamus or Apollo Crews, The Miz, and just superstars like that, because this draft, more superstars are going to be on TV a lot more than they have been. They're going to get a lot more TV time, and I think Neville and Cesaro and Ziggler and if Ryback decides to stay, Ryback too, AJ Styles, they can all benefit from that. Like, if personally I would put AJ on SmackDown, I don't think he'd be able to hang on around with all of these other top stars like Reigns and Ambrose and Triple H and those kind of people. I think the club should split up. I think AJ should go to SmackDown and Gallows and Anderson should go to Raw. I don't think AJ even needs them because he can't do anything without them. And I don't understand, is just kind of stupid to me. I also think Big Show needs to be, you know, used less. People like Kevin Owens need to win a title. Hope at like Battleground or maybe SummerSlam they have a stipulation to a match where whoever wins is the World Heavyweight Champion, and they bring out the World Heavyweight title to represent SmackDown. I think that'd be pretty cool. I don't know what they're gonna do, because I definitely think they're gonna bring out the World title for SmackDown, because they've been addressing the WWE World Heavyweight Championship as the WWE Championship in last month or just the last couple weeks. But I definitely think that it's either going to be AJ or Cena that's going to win it, like right off the bat. I think they're going to have another match at SummerSlam, because they had a match at Money in the Bank. It was ended. No one liked the way it ended. And now at Battleground they're having a match in a 6-man tag team match. Not really a one-on-one match. And then I think maybe at SummerSlam they're going to have the final decisive one-on-one match for the title. I think they're gonna have Cena tie Ric Flair with the most championship reigns. I think he's gonna hold it for a little while and maybe just drop it to any single superstar. But I think SmackDown has a lot more opportunities for a lot of people. People like Finn Balor, who, if I see got brought up to the main roster, I don't think he'd go to Raw for the simple fact that, like I said with AJ, I don't think he'd really hang with them. Even though I love Balor, I just don't see him be the WWE champion and beat Roman Reigns and maybe Seth Rollins. I don't see him beat Brock Lesnar and your Undertakers and, you know, your Randy Ortons. I don't see that happening. I see that happening on SmackDown with very long World Heavyweight Championship reigns from him. But yeah, I think it'd be great to see Chris Jericho have one more Intercontinental Championship reign, so he can cement that legacy of having 10 Intercontinental Championships in his belt. I know he's already held it the most times with 9, but it'd just be surmountable if, you know, he walked away with 10 championships. I don't see him wrestling for that long anymore. So if he decides to retire, I think 10 Intercontinental Championships will cement his legacy. Personally, that's what I feel. I also feel like people like Roman Reigns, I don't think he is a bad wrestler as much as everybody hates him. I like him. I think he's a great wrestler. I think he does have the look. I definitely do think he can put on some pretty good matches. I definitely think that maybe giving the title, I don't know what they're gonna do with Ambrose though. I think he might drop the championship at Battleground. I'm not 100% sure, but I mean, I don't know. I'm pretty sure I mean, it wouldn't make sense for Ambrose to go to Raw, because Stephanie McMahon has literally said numerous times she doesn't like him. She hates him. Why would she pick him as one of her picks in the WWE draft? It doesn't make sense. So I think he might drop the title to Reigns or Rollins, and I think Ambrose is going to go to SmackDown. Because it just doesn't make sense for someone like Stephanie, who said that Dean Ambrose disgusts her, and then at the draft she goes, "Oh, my third pick in the draft is Dean Ambrose." I don't think she'd choose someone that she hates. So I do think that Rollins is going to SmackDown as well. I think he might not. He's probably going to go to Raw. But if there's one superstar of the Shield that's going to go by himself, I definitely think it's going to be Ambrose. So, kind of like the New Day, I think the New Day is going to break up. I think the best person I think every single superstar should get at least a little bit of a push. But I think Kofi should take a backseat a little bit to that, because he's accomplished so much. I think that getting Xavier Woods his first title, I think give him the US title. Wait, no. I think giving him the Intercontinental title and Big E the United States title because Big E's won the Intercontinental title. Xavier hasn't won anything except for the tag team. So giving those two title reigns would kind of push them, and Big E kind of has that it factor to be that main event superstar. So I think that's good for both of those guys as well. Even though I absolutely love the New Day, but I mean, sad to see if they drop the tag team titles. There's not much else for them to do because they've beaten literally every single team in the WWE. They can't really keep beating every single team time and time again, year after year. So yeah, that's what I think. I think superstars like the Ascension should have been tag team champions, and Bo Dallas. You know, the way they were in NXT, Bo Dallas was a very aggressive and dominant superstar. He was a very good NXT champion, and so were the Ascension. They were good NXT tag team champions. They literally were like one of the most dominant NXT tag teams in history. They come up to the main roster and they just lose and lose and lose and lose and lose, and they look so bad. Just like with Bo Dallas, I think they made it into a complete and utter disappointment. Just like with Curtis Axel, when he first debuted as Curtis Axel, not Michael McGillicuddy, but as Curtis Axel, he was a Paul Heyman guy in matches with CM Punk. You know? But yeah, that's what I think. Some things that I think should happen. And please like, comment, and subscribe. I'd really use the support. I think a lot of people will enjoy my content if, you know, go to my channel and watch some of my other videos. But yeah, that's it. Infamous out.